Today we've got a wildly surreal mission for you. We're going through some sources that outline a bizarre, frankly unhinged cautionary tale about an old farmhouse. And this isn't a story about basic home maintenance like fixing leaky pipes or, mowing the lawn. This house actually demands your soul.
It really does. It's one of those stories that makes you immediately look around your own living room and wonder what the walls are thinking.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you're a 39-year-old guy named Lenny Duncan. You've lived in this farmhouse for 11 years. You keep it relatively clean, but there's this weird anomaly on the west wall, just 3 feet off the floor.
Right, and it gives off such a heavy, oppressive vibe that whenever you have friends over, they completely avoid the comfortable recliner sitting right next to it.
Yeah, and the strangest part, Lenny keeps finding random, stray grains of dried rice just sitting near it.
Which is so weird. I mean, if I found random grains of rice by a wall, I'd instantly assume mice and call an exterminator. But Lenny just brushes it off. Fast forward to August, there's a shift in the soil outside, and a crack opens up right across that creepy anomaly.
Just a normal homeowner headache, right? Grab some spackle.
Exactly. He tries to patch it up with drywall mud. But as he's smoothing it out, the crack slices his fingertip, his blood hits the wall, and suddenly, a massive, unbelievable wave of dried rice pours out of the hole.
Whoa!
Yeah, and the second his blood mixes with that rice, it forges this intense telepathic link between Lenny and the physical house.
Which is such a wild visual. And at first, the house actually tells him to just relax, right?
Yeah.
It convinces him to stay in the chair while the rice starts burying his legs.
It lulls him into a false sense of security. But through that organic mind-to-wall connection, Lenny realizes what the rice actually is. Every single grain represents a second of his life.
Wow.
It's the pennies he's earned, the countless opportunities he just let slip by.
And the house literally starts screaming in his mind. It accuses him of being totally asleep at the wheel, just a drone, living paycheck to paycheck, going through the motions instead of really thriving or caring for his space.
You know that feeling when you're just on autopilot? That's what the house is furious about. The psychology here is brilliant. It's taking the mundane reality of passive existence and turning it into a literal avalanche that buries you.
So the guy's trapped under the weight of his own wasted time.
Precisely. What's fascinating here is how his willpower just completely collapses under that realization. Lenny suffocates in the rice. First responders eventually find him dead, buried under this impossible mound of grain.
Wait, hold on. They find a guy drowned in dried rice in his living room and nobody questions where it came from.
Not a single question. They just accept it. And that apathy, the fact that even the cops are just going through the motions, infuriates the house. So in its rage, it literally kills all the soil and trees up and down the entire block.
It turns the neighborhood into a barren wasteland. That is next level petty. The house gets mad at the cops and takes it out on the neighbor's landscaping.
It's absurd, but it drives the point home perfectly about the ripple effect of apathy.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because the story actually doesn't end with Lenny and the dead trees. Years later, a new owner, Stuart Leary, buys this dead property.
And he promises to fix it up.
Yeah, and he actually brings the block back to life. The trees green up, the grass grows. But human nature being what it is, Stuart eventually starts slipping into that exact same trap.
He hits that autopilot mode. He stops cherishing the house and starts neglecting that deeper, active care the structure clearly demands.
But Stuart does something Lenny didn't do. He actually stops and reevaluates his life.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Stuart gets a warning. He finds a single stray grain of rice in that exact same corner. Now, Lenny used to just sweep those up and throw them in the trash. Yeah. But Stuart, he picks it up, drops it into his rice bucket, steams it, and eats it for a delicious meal. And the house instantly offers him comfort.
I have to say, eating haunted wall rice is a bold culinary choice. I wouldn't recommend trying that at home.
Highly unadvisable. But metaphorically, it's everything.
So what does this all mean? Think about your own daily routine. The only thing separating life and death for these two men was active appreciation versus passive existence. Stuart used the offering for sustenance. He nourished himself.
While Lenny just discarded it. It's a brilliant way to look at how we spend our energy.
Absolutely.
Which leaves a lingering question for you to explore on your own after we sign off today. If the walls of your own home could physically manifest the wasted seconds and discarded opportunities of your life, what kind of harvest would they pour out for you?